Good morning, folks. Welcome back, and thanks again for joining us. I finished pruning these 6 rows, so now I need to get all this chipped and out of the way, because tomorrow morning I really need to get round and get some boron spraying done, because they're really pushing flowers now. Chuck manure's out, that's sort of covered over with the mulch that I get chipped down, so the fertilizer on the ground is there going. Need to get the boron so that we get good shape. Right, look at that fruit will end up probably 80-90 centimeters long. Each one of those light little flecks is where the pollen will take. So the more of them that get pollinated from the male flowers, which are up here, the better shape the fruit is. In terms of pruning, it is kind of a constant thing to maintain the height and to keep them nicely open, but height definitely, because the tree size correlates to the root size. So if you let your tree get to 6-7 meters tall and then prune it back, the root system is big enough for a tree 6 or 7 meters tall. So what happens is it just pushes straight back up. So we don't let them get much above, say, 4.5-5 meters tall, and then it's like, right, let's get in there, get the pruning done, get them opened up. And because you only have a small root system, you can't then go and dump a load of fertilizer out there. So little but often, which when you think about the potential for us anyway in the wet tropics, where we can end up with like 50, 100, 150, 200 mils in a day. If you happen to have put fertilizer out, how much of that have you still got? So because of that, because of the small root system, yeah, we just put a little but often. That's my job for this morning, is to get everything chipped, get that all down. I won't be foliar fertilising tonight because the rugby's on and we'll be watching the rugby, but up early in the morning, get that done. It's lovely and cool at the moment. Ideal for foliar fertilising, definitely. Novemberish time, we'll be picking. Oh God, what day is it? This is the trouble with being on the farm all the time. I lose track of not just the date, but what day it is. Wednesday, send away. No, Friday today. So it would have been around the 12th of May that we picked our last jackfruit. Now that we've adapted our fertilizer regime, we seem to be having fruit a lot later in the season, which hopefully when we've got more and more trees established, we'll be sending a reasonable amount away, even in the winter months when there's little or nothing going away, which hopefully will give us quite a good price. Try and chip it down the next day. This is like 2 days old, but I don't like to leave it too long, otherwise all the leaves fall off in the interrow, and I actually want them in there protecting the fertilizer, encouraging the all the worms and microbes. So this is it once it's been chipped down, and trying to kind of spread it evenly. So that's covering all the fertiliser that we put out. A leaf litter there is just brilliant for helping encourage all the microbes and everything. Ooh dear, it's cold. There's actually steam coming off the swimming pool. Angela's left in bed because she's got a day off today. Actually, she's off all week. So this is the next morning. So we finished the chipping yesterday, getting rid of all the prunings out of the interrow. So this morning we are going to do a foliar spray. Probably 7 weeks since the trees have had a boron foliar spray, because it was raining, and then this time of the year, as it starts to cool down, it takes the ground longer to dry out, and I don't like going on the ground when it's too wet. So that's the job for this morning, which is ideal this weather, nice and cool. Go around, give them a foliar spray, then I need to fertilise all the small trees, push them along a little bit ready for grafting. A quick check of oil level. Yippity yip. So whenever we are foliar spraying, we use this product, Protect. It releases the surface tension of the water, and so allows the spray to spread all over the leaf and helps it to stick to the leaf. So basically it's like an oil, but yeah, it's classed as a wetting agent. Just helps the fertiliser to stick to the leaves and the trunk and everything. We use it with all the foliar fertilising. Put this in first. Once the tank is, say, about half full, I'll add this, and then we'll add the boron. So just start him up. Just make sure that the engine's nicely warmed before we get going, and then it allows me to turn the PTO shaft on the spray tank for 5 minutes before we set off. Just ensure that it's all nicely mixed in. Okay, so lift the tank. In terms of the PTO, the power takeoff, in order to be able to have that running whilst I'm not actually in the seat, is turn it on and then press and hold, and it will come up there that you can exit the seat. This is just allowing the tank to get agitated, make sure everything that's in there is all mixed up before I start spraying. Run it for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, that's all it really needs, and then we're off. Oh God, I need my hair cutting badly. So that's the fan going, and what the fan is doing is sucking air in, and it blows it out here, and this is where the spray nozzles are, so it just helps to blast the spray further than what it would normally go. Spray would only probably, without the fan, it would probably only shoot like 2 or 3 meters, but with the fan it just belts it out. Okay, this is where we're going, down the rows, and these are the valves that I've got. Opens the right side and the left side, so I'll open them up and you'll see the spray. And that's me for the morning. Just a nice steady drive along. Make sure that as much as possible is covered foliage wise. Nutrients can be taken up through the actual branches, the wood itself, but not in the same amount as efficiently as with the foliage.
So I have spent the morning jet washing and cleaning the veranda. And then I decided I was going to tidy away anything that didn't need to be there, including the old engine cover from the boat. It was hanging just over the fence post there, right next to where I parked the car. And as I took it off, I saw something fall out of it, and there's 2 snakes inside it. Gave me the fright of my life. I'm lucky I didn't get bitten. I don't think that they are particularly venomous snakes. There's one. It is just a small, what they call doll's eye or night tiger. They're usually more scared of you than the other way around, but still. And the other one has come all the way along here. He's a little bit more feisty, which they usually are. But he is a blue tree snake. Try and zoom in. I don't want to get too close to this one because they really do not like it. But they are so pretty, these ones. The video probably won't really do it much justice. So the green, blue tree snake has gone off into the wilderness, and I'm just going to go and check to see if I can find the other one. It's probably crawled back into the engine cover again, and I'll be back to square one. But as soon as I saw them, I locked Stumpy inside the house, so I don't really want to let him out until I know that they are safely in the wilderness. So the last job of the day was to mulch the small jackfruit trees using all the palm fronds that have fallen in the garden. But Stumpy Dog is making that quite difficult, aren't you, Stumpy? We collect them, he chases us, grabs the end of the palms and drags them back to where we've just come from, and then attacks them.
Spreads them up.
I'm thinking that this job might take a little bit longer than anticipated. So, from us and from Stumpy, it's goodbye for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye bye.